Though he couldn't have known it, the bricklayer's son from Crawford, who idolized Lynn Swann and John Stallworth, was already preparing for the Hall of Fame when he helped his dad during sultry Mississippi summers.
My role was to catch the bricks, and I would have to snatch them out of the air.
He's got it!
I guess that's the reason why I'm so able to catch footballs.
And Rice is there. Oh, my! A one-handed catch!
Lightly recruited out of now-defunct B.L. Moore High, Jerry chose the dusty practice fields of Mississippi Valley over nearby Mississippi State and never looked back. Wearing number 85 in this rare practice footage prior to his freshman season, Rice had a very low profile for then defensive-oriented Valley, but that would soon change. By his junior year, Archie the Gunslinger Cooley had transformed Valley into a point-a-minute scoring machine featuring the satellite connection of Willie Totten to Jerry Rice, the pair rewriting the NCAA record books. When he walked off the college football field for the final time, Jerry's numerous NCAA, SWAC, and school records had garnered the attention of Super Bowl champion San Francisco, who made him the first round's 16th pick.
When I was selected in the draft, I was with my brother Tom in Jackson, Mississippi, and I was excited because right after you get drafted, you have to go to the airport and you have to get on the plane and fly to San Francisco. So all of a sudden, it was lights, camera, action.
And there was plenty of all three. Rice set lofty goals for himself in his first interview as a 49er.
Well, number one, I would like to be the all-time receiver. They have some great receivers here, and I'm trying to follow in their footsteps.
He didn't follow anyone for long because it all fell together for Jerry in San Francisco. A talented, durable, dedicated player who missed only 17 games in 20 years, playing for a contending team that featured two great quarterbacks and a Hall of Fame coach. Jerry Rice produced records faster than Michael Jackson. First season, 1985, NFC Rookie of the Year. Year two earns the first of two Sports Illustrated Player of the Year awards. In just his third season, the strike-abbreviated 87 campaign, Jerry set the single-season TD catches mark for receivers with 22, despite playing only 12 games. Year four, 1988, he would play in his third straight Pro Bowl, and you begin to get the idea. Jerry Rice started off at the top of the pro football world and stayed there for 2 decades despite the best efforts of the NFL's best defenses. He left the league as a 13-time All-Pro with 38 NFL records that included almost 23,000 receiving yards, most touchdowns in a career, season, and game. Rice had some of his biggest moments on the NFL's biggest stage. He still holds 9 Super Bowl marks, including receiving yards and touchdowns from his 4 Super Bowl appearances, and he was the MVP in number 23 versus Cincinnati. In 1994, he passed Jim Brown and fellow Mississippian Walter Payton to become the all-time scorer in NFL history.
The greatest touchdown scorer in the entire history of professional football, Jerry Rice, number 127.
He is still the only player among the top 25 all-time NFL scorers to not kick the football. And he caught at least one pass in an unbelievable 274 consecutive games. Jerry Rice was so successful for so long that even he had a tough time absorbing all the good fortune that had come his way.
When I watch myself on film, when I watch the catches on film, you really have to pinch yourself. I still have to pinch myself. I still pinch myself. Really unbelievable. I can't believe some of the things I have done. It's me out there making catches like that. It seemed like you're just dreaming.
But even Rice's fitness fanaticism couldn't keep his dream alive forever. He played his last game as a 49er in 2000, bidding an emotional farewell to his adoring, appreciative fans.
And I owe everything to Bill Walsh because he took a chance. He saw this guy from Mississippi Valley State University, and he believed in me. He gave me the opportunity to come here to San Francisco. I think it's time for me to go, but San Francisco, I always love you guys, okay? You guys are number one for me, okay?
Ladies and gentlemen, Jerry Rice.
Jerry spent his final 4 seasons in Oakland and Seattle and helped the Raiders to Super Bowl 37 against Tampa Bay. He's been out of football since 2004, but not out of the public eye, with a well-publicized primetime appearance on Dancing with the Stars. Network TV, NFL accolades, College Football Hall of Fame inductions. Even with all this still fresh in his mind, Jerry harkens back to the SWAC for his favorite Mississippi sports memory.
My favorite Mississippi memory is beating Jackson State University. We hadn't beaten that team in about 25 years, and it felt good to be able to go to Jackson and beat them in their own house.
Now he's in our house, and we're proud to have him. The Mississippi Sports Hall of Fame is delighted to welcome the game's greatest receiver, Jerry Rice, into its class of 2007.